good old-fashioned talks with Heavenly. Sounded country, southern. Anyways, so why do I think that family isn't always blood? Well, we have this saying in the industry that we have this saying in the drag industry that family is those that you choose. Those that you choose. So my thing is that although my family is everything to me, period, to me, family is people that are loyal, people that you can go to and talk to about anything, people that you can trust. I used to be that kind of person that back in the day, and I say back in the day, like when I was like in my teens, that I would always have friends over at my house. Always. I would always have friends. And no matter what I was doing, I was always on the move. I was always out. I was always doing something. And now in my adulthood, I probably only have about 3 people that I consider absolutely close friends, that I consider family. And those people are people that you have seen. You've seen Jasmine, you've seen Jillian, you've seen Paul, you've seen those people, you've seen Katie. Those people that you see that are here and have been here on my channel and have been a part of projects that I've done and worked on, those people, like me and Katie go way back. Me and Katie used to have a very close friend, a very mutual friend. I've told you guys about her. Her name is Laura. She passed away a few years ago. And me and Katie met through Laura. And, you know, after Laura's death, me and Katie became very close. And now we don't talk as much as we used to and everything, because we both have separate lives and our lives are very hectic and we have a lot going on. But other than that, we both know that we have similar things that have happened to us in the past that we can just simply go to each other and talk about if we need somebody to talk about. Me and Paul have known each other since 2015. Jillian, I have not known her that long. I've known her since probably about the end of 2016, around 2017. But Jillian and Paul are like 2 peas in a pot, okay? Like, they go so perfectly together. And me and Paul are definitely a very interesting combination. Like, Paul is this very weird, kooky type person, and I'm just this really chill, down-to-earth person. And funny enough, Paul's sister is a huge fan of mine, and she's known me since back like 2010, 2009, back at the days of Open Arms Youth Project, which is OIP here in Oklahoma, which is no longer open. And she's a huge fan of mine. And so when the short story, when Paul told her, yeah, I'm going to go and pick up Heavenly, we're going to go out of town for a show, she was like, you mean the Heavenly, like Heavenlyleann Akers, the drag queen Heavenly? And he was like, yes. And she like totally flipped. And I was just all like, okay. And so me and Paul have been kind of like inseparable and everything. But then since me and Paul have been in relationships, me and Paul have kind of, you know, distanced, and Paul ended up moving like 2 hours away and everything, but we still keep in communication from time to time. But overall, I still think that, to me, family is just people that are loyal, people that you can talk to, people that you can trust. You know, I'm a very, I don't trust people very often. Like, my walls are very high, and I think that any person that knows me personally can probably tell you that I will run people through the ringer before I just open up to them completely. It's just this wall of trust that I have with people. And I think my reason for that, and I think a lot of you out there can probably relate to the fact of having people hurt you and betray you and lead you to believe that you are dear friends and all of a sudden you're not. And I've had a lot of instances where people that I thought were very close friends and dear friends turned out to be the worst nightmare. Like I once had a friend that we traveled all over the place. We went and we did shows, we did everything. And it just became this thing where all of a sudden I just became 100% obsolete. And so it made no difference what I did. It made no difference like how much I stressed and said, you know, hey, I want to do this. Are you wanting to do this? I'll take care of everything. Don't worry about it, you know. And, you know, do you want to come over? Do you want to get something to eat sometime? Do you want to go out to a movie? Do you want to talk? You know, and it just made no difference. And I get that, you know, the hardest lesson that I've had to learn growing up was that people come and go, okay? And it's kind of like people are leaves on a tree. They will fall and some will grow back. But the real ones are the ones that are your branches. Your branches stay there. But when that branch breaks, it hurts. And it, you know, so I've had a lot of leaves in my lifetime that have fallen off, and some of them never grew back. Some of them grow back and they just keep falling off. And so I've gotten to that point to where here recently, you know, there's two people that recently were in my life that I was really good friends with. And I had known one of them since like 2008. And it just got to that point to where I just couldn't do it anymore. Being friends with somebody that you know that the relationship is toxic, you just can't do it. Like you just can't. And so, if I think some of you out there could probably understand where I'm coming from, where if you're friends with somebody and the relationship being friends with them is toxic, like it just makes you feel bad, like there's no point. Like, to me, I used to be that person where it was like, I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to have a good time. But, you know, you can't make everybody happy. And that's something that a lot of people, need to understand, is that, you know, I'm trying to move my pillow on my seat. That's something that I think a lot of people don't get growing up, is that you can't make everybody happy. And, you know, and if you happen to be a person that's going through a situation with a friend that you're like, we used to be so close and we used to go and do things together and we used to laugh together and have the same interests and stuff. There is so many people in the world and everything. Like, you will find somebody that is a really good friend. And here recently, I mean, like for a while there, when me and Jay moved into this apartment, we tried to keep ties with our friends. And no matter what we did, it didn't matter what we did. It didn't matter if we were offering to pay for dinner, a movie, or a car trip, or anything. It didn't matter if we were paying for it. Our friends were literally elusive. Like, they were just poof, gone. And we there for a while, we were like, do we just need to make new friends? And eventually some of our friends did come around and they were like, hey, how are you and stuff. And then we just kind of got to that point to where we were like, we don't know if we can trust you, because we're trying to evolve in this relationship as friends. We're trying to be there. And it was like that. It just was like falling off the face of the planet. Like, where are you? And so it just got to that point to where I finally, I got to this point here recently where it was like, if you really want to be my friend, I will be there with you through thick and thin. I will be there all the time. I am like the most loyal person on the face of the planet. But if you're not like, you know, like if you leave my message on red, which drives me nuts. If you leave my message on red and then you don't respond, it's kind of like that thing where it's like, I get that if you're working, but then if you leave my message on red and I get on Facebook and I see that you're out doing stuff and I know that you have time, or if you say, okay, actual example, like if I message a friend, my friend looks at my message but then doesn't reply, but then posts on Facebook, sitting at home bored with nothing to do. Huh? Like, kind of sounds like your boredom is a cause of your own issues and everything. If you're not willing to, you know, I don't know, pick up the phone and just say, hey, how you doing? And everything, you know, how you doing? But I don't know. I just feel like I'm not saying that I expect a lot from people. I'm just saying that I've gotten to that point to where I just feel like I'm tired of trying and not receiving. Like, there's only so much a person can give until there's nothing to give anymore and they're not getting anything in return. It's a give and take situation. It's the same thing with actual relationships, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend. It makes no difference. It's like, it's a give and take situation. And you have to learn that. And same thing in friendships. It's a give and take situation. And a lot of incidents where it's a lot of take and there's no give, or there is a little bit of give, but that little bit of give is just enough to say, oh, okay, and everything, then, you know, but I'm also that kind of person too that will be like, I don't want anything in return. I will do and do and do, you know, and eventually it just gets to that point to where I'm just like, I don't have anything else to give anymore. Like, I just can't. But I don't know. I think that's my thing on friendships, and here recently that's just been kind of like, I don't know, sitting on my mind. But like I said though, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes down to, you know, why do I think other people can be considered family that aren't blood related, are those that are just loyal, those that are there, those that are, you know, trustworthy and honest and respectful, like, you know, those that are amazing, those that you can sit and laugh with and you're excited to hang out with them because you know that you guys have so much in common that when you're going out you can bird watch together. If you don't know what bird watching is, that means check out other people or whatever. Like, you can bird watch together, or you can, you know, sit back and laugh about anything and have an open conversation. Like, that to me is a true friend that can also be considered family. You know, but other than that, I don't know. What do you consider family? Like, do you happen to have somebody in your life that is toxic? Do you happen to have somebody in your life that you consider family? I mean, do you happen to have any issues with any of your friends? I'd like to hear about it. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. Anyways, I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hey everybody, today's video is brought to you by Patreon. If you're interested in Patreon, the link is in my description.